Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 2 more speakers left. Tesh, and then me. Tesh is another landlord farmer, along with his dad, Manoj, and they are in Warrington. But though Tesh is a little bit of a whiz kid when it comes to Facebook, not paid for advertising, but organic reach, which it really means is chucking your stuff out for free and people looking at it. So, no further ado, Tesh, off you go, my son.
Thanks, Chris. Can everyone hear me? Chris has done the introduction, so I don't really need to introduce myself, which is good. Everyone's on Facebook. Everyone in this room's on Facebook, yep. And that's where your clients are going to be as well. Either people are going to rent, your vendors, buyers, and landlords. So, is that better? Yep. No worries. So, the reason why I look at doing organic reaches is my dad's got a small business, a small letting agency, and we've got a small marketing budget. So I want to get the best results for as little money as possible. So let me just move on to the next slide. I'm just going to give you some facts, some Facebook facts and stats. So there's around 40 million UK users on Facebook, and around 45% of them are on Facebook daily, several times a day. Now, the favoured age is 23 to 37. So these are going to be people leaving the mum and dad's home, looking to buy the first homes, looking to rent, even investing in the future, so becoming landlords. So you've got to be on Facebook. You've got to be sharing and advertising what you do on your business pages on Facebook. If you're not, you're missing a serious trick. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to get large organic reaches on Facebook. You got to think about what the end user wants to see. So put yourself in the position, just think about the adverts that you look at on Facebook. The last thing you want to be doing is clicking on links, taking you away from Facebook. Most of the time, you're looking at a lot of these adverts on your phone or on a tablet. You're not really at the desktop. So the last thing you want to do is click a link and be taken away from the Facebook page, and that's the last thing you want the clients that you're trying to attract to do as well. You want to keep them on Facebook, and you want to keep them on and engage them onto your business page on Facebook. Now, so basically, the rule number 1 is don't put any links out on your Facebook business page adverts. Don't put any links out to Rightmove. Don't put any links out to your website. Keep them on Facebook. So give them all the information they need on your business page. Again, I'm going to go over these points because they are important. A Facebook user wants to see everything in one place. So they don't want to be, like I said before, they don't want to be clicking links, and they don't want to be going out to any other external websites, especially when they're on the phone or on the tablets. All the information they need should be on the advert. The last thing you want to do is have them sending you messages with questions, silly questions, how much is the rent, how much is the total cost of the rent, and things like that. So give them all the information in one place. This way it's easy for them to share, like, and comment on your post. When you keep them in one place, they're going to tag their friends in there, they're going to tag their family on there, they'll give it a like, they may give it a share. If they do this sort of stuff, their friends list will also see that they've clicked on a post or on a page or on a link. Now, driving them away from the Facebook post and moving them onto Rightmove, for example, or your website, you're gonna miss engagement. You're gonna miss an opportunity. You're gonna miss some tricks. So you've got. I can't express this enough. You've got to keep them on your business page and within the advert. So it's back to rule number 1, basically. Don't put any external links out to other websites. Now, here's an advert. I've used my dad's business page as an example, but I have looked at other people in this room. I've looked at their Facebook business pages and how they post properties, and this tends to be the way they do it. There's not much information here. It's just, there you go, 2-bed terrace house, £600 a month, and then a link to Rightmove. So you're driving them away from your business page. You're driving them off to another page, and there's no love, there's no passion in this. like I said, that it's just like receiving a text message when you ask someone a question and say, okay. There's nothing there, and you're going to alienate the end user. Now, I want to show you an example that we use, and it's a bit like this. So, if you want to take a picture of this, you can do. You want all the information in one place. Everything's there. They've got, when you put a property up to let, or property up for sale, you're not leaving any questions unanswered, really. It tells you that, your pet's accepted DSS. It gives you a full breakdown of the total cost to move into the property.
Tesh is going to give all the slides to us, and we'll put them on the video for you guys, okay?
Yeah. So what you do here is you post it like this on your business page, and then you share it out to all the local community groups. So when I posted that video on the Landlord Farming group, I asked you guys to join as many local community pages as you could. So these are business pages, buy, swap, sell pages, things like that. Now again, this advert's good, but it's not great. It means nothing if you're just posting it on your business page. You've got to then push it out. You've got to push it out and put it in front of the community. People think that that's enough. They've put the advert up and they've done the job. That's enough, but it's not. Now, I'm going to show you the kind of reach we've got here on just this post alone, organically. 11,699. Not paid a penny for that. It's just by putting it out in the local groups. And this is with a rental property. You could do this with some of the video content you're putting out there. You can't just post it in any old community group. You might have to find the right groups to post it in. But we're achieving this sort of stuff day in, day out on rentals, to the point where my dad's now looking at not using Rightmove. We're getting our tenants directly from Facebook. Now, on the sales side of things, I've been working with Alan, and he's doing unbelievable with the sales. I don't know exactly the return you're getting from the Facebook post, but I can see the engagement that you're getting. I'm working with one of Alan's members of staff, and they're doing a great job. There's always a little bit of fine-tuning, and that comes with sharing it into local groups, local community groups. Now, it all comes down to the staff, because when they're sharing it to a local community group, it's coming from their personal account. So do they want to be seen in these local groups sharing property and sharing, because at the end of the day, they may get bombarded with questions from other people on Facebook. So it's coming up with a solution around that. Some staff might be happy to do that. If not, then as a business owner, I think it's you guys who should be sharing it out to all the local groups. I just want to say, Alan, I notice you do this. Joanne does this a lot for you. What kind of returns are you getting from this?
In terms of
not just engagement, but just in terms of a viewing, a call for a viewing on a property.
On the financial side, we're still to measure that. But in terms of going back to Paul's point about, and Chris's point about shares being the #1 commodity, and comments the #2 commodity, and disregard likes, this gets more engagement than anything else. You cannot get engagement on Rightmove. You cannot get engagement on Zoopla. But you can go to something like, I think you've got the figures better than me, Tesh. But we can go to 20,000 reach.
I mean, sometimes even more.
All the friends tag each other in, and they're commenting about the house.
And
of course, Facebook's recognising all that for the future.
Yeah. Well, I notice now, even without sharing on the stuff that Alan does, he doesn't need to share into local community groups, and he's still getting an organic reach of between 1,000 to 3,000, and that's without sharing to any groups. His stuff that he puts out on his business page is coming up on people's news feeds because he's engaged with them using this technique. If you get a moment, go on Alan's business page. It's Alan Batts Estate Agency Lettings, and have a look at ours as well at Hamlet Homes, and have a look at the style and the way we do this. But again, like I said, it doesn't matter how good the advert looks. It's pushing it then out and sharing it out to all the local groups. So what you want to do, how you want to do that is, at the bottom of the advert, you'll have a share button there to share in a group. You click on that, and it brings up another box like that, and these are all the community groups I'm in Warrington. So you'd start with the first one, and you'd just repeat the process until you posted it into all the groups, and that way you've done more than just put it on your business page. You've gone that little bit extra. And the way I see it is, if I was selling my home tomorrow, if my house was for sale with an agent and it's been on the market for 2 or 3 months, and I'm not getting anything back, I'm not hearing anything from the agent, but then I go on Facebook and I see a similar house, similar area, similar price, but I see a different agent's been posting it all over Facebook. I'm going to be thinking, why is my agent not doing the same thing? And then I'd be considering ringing the agent who's doing it, thinking, can you have a look at my property? Can you do this for me? And this is the kind of stuff we want to provoke, and this is what we want to achieve. Now, let me have a look here. That's basically it. There's nothing more really. It's that simple. It's just getting it shared into the community groups. I've left. You can add me on Facebook if you like. If you want to try this and do this, you can make me an admin on your business page. I can monitor it and see how you guys are doing and give you some updates. Just drop me an email and let me know. Okay, let's get some questions. Zoe.
This is more of a plug, really, for Tesh, because obviously I got involved with Tesh, not in that way, about 2 years ago. And one of the things that you've not mentioned is setting up your own Bedford property to let for rent for sale page, because I find I get a lot of traffic from that now. I've got about 2,000 followers on that, and I don't know if everybody else knows or I've set one of those up.
It's not something I spoke about recently. I know with Chris doing the digital mayor and love, Tamworth, love Wigan. I didn't want to really go into that, but it's a good point. So it's about 4 or 5 years ago I set up Warrington houses to let for sale. I wanted it was a Facebook page. Sorry. But, yeah, we got about 4 years ago. I set this up. I didn't really know what we were doing with it at the time. It was before the digital mayor, before the love Wigan, love Tamworth, and love. But over time, I slowly understood what we needed to do with it, and it was just a place for tenants to go, local landlords to go, even tradesmen. It was a place for us to just talk to the tenants, show that we care about them just as much as we care about the landlords, give them ideas, give them tips, a place for them to communicate with an agent who'll be honest with them. And again, it's being proactive and doing something within the community, and I think that's where we're going with all this.
Okay, so in an ideal world, you're going to set up a Facebook group called Love Town, which talks about all the groovy stuff in your town and interviewing the barber and the coffee shop makers and all that. And then separately, if you've got all the time, and I appreciate time is an issue, in an ideal world, you're going to set up an out-and-out group called Warrington Buying and Selling and Letting Houses.
Yeah, you can link the groups together as well. Yeah.
What you'll then do is this. Every single day, you'll put your own properties on, but you will also, every single day, go on to the likes of Gumtree and cut and paste the advert from Gumtree into your Facebook group. Every single Gumtree advert has the mobile telephone number of a landlord, in your case, in Warrington. You then send a text message to the landlord and saying, I have just uploaded your property onto the Warrington buy and sell rental properties in Warrington. Here is a web link, because on text messages you can send a web link. What's the first thing a landlord's going to do when you actually say, here's your property, would you like to go and have a look at it? They're going to click on the link. What will then happen is this. 2 or 3 days later, that property will let via Gumtree. The fact that your property is not... The fact that property is on Facebook probably won't make a difference. But you will then go back to Gumtree and notice that property has let. You then send another text message back to the landlord saying, do you know, we were beating them off with shitty sticks. That's a technical term. We were beating them off with sticks about people coming to the property. I just want to wish you a big well done for letting your property. How does that landlord feel about you now? They're going to think you're brilliant. Of which you could then, probably a few weeks later, send them a web link to a PDF of your newsletter. And you could continue to send them buy-to-let deals by text. They all think the sunshine sounds at your backside. And these guys here got a landlord. Now, these are self-managed landlords. The chances of you converting those into managed landlords are very, very slim. It is doable, but it is. Doable, yeah. But these guys, these self-managed landlords are like gods with baby landlords, and what will happen is these self-managed landlords will recommend you to their mates because you are helping them. You're guilting them into helping you in a nice way. So,
I mean,
think
the
about
Warrington housing page or
You've got
any local housing pages, it's fantastic. It gives you so much ammo, especially if you're calling landlords in the newspaper. You can say, look, there's a place on Facebook. It's got 2,000-3,000 members. It's free for you to advertise. You can put as many pictures up as you like.
Well, you actually tell them to upload their properties themselves.
Yeah, I tell them to upload it. I said, you know, or even come into the office if they don't know how to use it, we'll show them how to do it. And you're just building relationships up and trust
You're
up.
creating disciples.
Yeah.
So just confirm, you're setting up a Facebook group and uploading your properties and every Gumtree property, sending them text messages all the time, and those landlords, I think the sun shines out your backside.
It takes 10 minutes. You know, every once a week, your local paper prints a new print, and somewhere around page 60 to 80, there'll be the private lets, and it takes you 5 minutes to just copy the street name, the price, and the landlord's number onto your local onto the housing page, and you can just drop them a quick text as well and let them know. It's no time at all.
Keep in contact with you.
And it's just being proactive. It's just doing a little bit extra.
Good. Any other questions? Hold on. Patience.
Our local paper used to come out on a Thursday. I've got over 2,000 people on my Tamworth houses to let for sale and wanted. Wednesday nights, the amount of tenants that would phone and say, when you're picking up the Herald tomorrow, can you let us know what's in there for, landlords? So, thanks to Tesh for that.
Go-to person. Anything else? Anyone else? Big in the game. Anyone? Hold on. Oh.
Yeah, again, it's just an extension of what we're doing with Tesh and Paul, is that I know OTM ask you to upload properties 48 hours before Rightmove and Zoopla. We actually upload them as a coming soon, even before they're photographed on Facebook. So you get an engagement straight away. Alan, can you let us know when that property's ready to view? So we actually, if you've got a few days lead-in time, if you use a professional photographer, which I do, because the other thing about engagement is make sure your photographs are the highest quality you can.
That's key, yeah. The pictures Alan uses are fantastic, and it drives so much traffic. The images attract people, and floor plans. I recently just bought a house with my girlfriend, and I wasn't really bothered about what the house looks like internally. I just wanted to look at the floor plan, because I can then visualise how I want the house to look afterwards. And I think there's a lot of other people that think like that, so people miss out putting the floor plan up. And if you get floor plans done, put them up, because people like to vision what they want to see inside. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. There's something else I wanted to say, but no, that's it.
Good. Anything else before we move on to the last speaker? Give him a round of applause.
Thanks, guys. Cheers,